Welcome to the last day of NAMM. This is day 4, and before we get into the coverage, the final day, I just wanted to give you a thank you. You know, we're only able to afford this trip just by a hair. So I want to thank More for sponsoring the first video, and I want to thank you for watching, because if you weren't watching, this whole thing wouldn't be possible for us. So thank you for making it possible. Let's see NAMM day 4.
NAMM, 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 NAMM.
We're here at Aristides with... hang on, I haven't said it right, have I?
You can say it however you want, man. Like, Aristides is what we say, but a lot of people say Aristides or Aristides or even titties, which is easier for our clients. So,
okay, we're here with titties, and they've got a new, world first actually, multi-scale Evertune.
Yes. We were just talking about it before the camera went on, but we've been wanting a multi-scale Evertune for years, and unfortunately Evertune couldn't do it. So we were like, but what if we do it ourselves? And they were hesitant at first, and when we promised them there wouldn't be any work on their end, because they're always busy with new developments, they're doing the bass and whatnot, they gave us the green light to develop it ourselves. And what we did, I'll pick one up real quickly. So what we did, we made a custom frame for the Evertune to make it slanted in our exact scale. We made some custom tooling for in the back to make it work for multi-scale, and we slightly adjust the string spacing to make it even better than a normal Evertune, is what we like to say. And yeah, it works like an absolute dream, and people have been all over it. Like, our clients are going mad, getting a lot of orders for them. We did the first prototype with Mike from Spirit Box, who did the testing for us, and yeah, he's in love with it too. Everyone is super excited, and hopefully Evertune, this gives them the push to make it themselves and offer it to other companies as well, so everyone can enjoy multi-scale Evertune. That would be amazing.
And for someone who doesn't or are not familiar with your company, you know, you're doing something a little bit different with the materials that you build the guitars out of.
Yeah. What we do, we build guitars out of our own materials. We build an exoskeleton out of carbon fiber and glass fiber, and then we inject it with our core material called Arium, which is a mixture of resins and glass bubbles. It all becomes one piece, so there is no neck heel. It's just all open. It's very resonant, and there's a lot of sustain, and it's honestly just a great surface to build guitars on. So what we do, we just build high-end guitars pretty much, but we just use different materials. The fretboard is Richlite, so there's no wood whatsoever, and yeah, not a lot of companies are doing this. We've got Emerald from your home country, I believe, so they make amazing stuff as well, and we try to do so as well.
Great. Well, that was Aristides at NAMM 2024. Thank you
so much.
We're here with Aviate Audio, and I hear that you've got a cool multi-effects pedal.
Yeah, that's correct. It's called the Multiverse Effects Pedal by Aviate Audio, based in New York. We are an open development platform for people who want to make their own effects and publish them on the growing library of sounds available on our website. So we make the pedal, we make our software tools. This is what you use to set it up. It's for Windows and Mac. You drag and drop to create your board and then save it to the pedal, and then from there you can cycle through presets, you can control individual knobs that you assign. It's got expression and also MIDI input. But the amazing thing about this pedal is that Like I said, we make the pedal, we make the software designer, but the effects themselves are made by independent developers who take our toolkit, implement their programs. They get to add their own artwork and their own personality into each effect. So here's some cool examples from this preset. Each one has a full plug-in view that's interactable, so as you play with the knobs and switches, it will control the pedal in real time. And the same goes for actually turning the knobs on the pedal. As I turn this knob, the gain control that's assigned, or this treble control, or the foot switch is interacting with the screen. Then of course, you don't need your laptop with you, you save it to the pedal, and you navigate your presets using that. So that's the general concept. The real key to it is that people make their own effects for it, and it's unlimited in terms of, you know, the possibilities. It's driven by the community and what they want to do.
That's very cool. That's Aviate Audio.
Hi, my name is Baskin ZUTA. We are showcasing today the new GBG 120 amplifier. It's a tube amplifier, 4 channels, and it's all tube. It's only 3 units high. It's 20 centimeter deep. It's a marvelous thing.
Rack-mounted tube amp, nice.
All tube, and it's all the best components available today. So, yeah, we have opportunity to actually look inside the amp if we would like to.
Yeah.
So you can have EL34s like we have here and 6L6s, and then you just switch between them.
Oh, wow.
And we just actually shipped one out for Ross Robinson and Sid Wilson. They're going to do a new album now with Swollen Teeth, a new heavy band.
So these amps are more targeted towards the heavier demographic?
No, that's the whole thing actually. People think immediately, oh, this is a high gain metal amp, but it actually goes from clean to extreme, right? So you even have vintage modes like plexi modes and all kinds of different modes. It's like really 4 separate channels. And one other thing that is really amazing is that you have, you know, the indications here for even which tubes are on and off. You have 2 loops, and it depends also on your pickups on your guitar. If you have a Fender Strat, you know, it will sound vintagey and cool. And if you have a jazz guitar, if you have an EMG guitar, if you want to do heavy stuff, you can do everything with this amp.
And if someone wanted to find one of these, where could they find them and how much would they be?
They are actually $39.99 at ZUTAgroup.com right now. And we are right now spreading it out through dealers all over the world. So we're going to Japan, all Europe, America is coming too now. So we sell a lot even in Australia. So these are the shippings. The first batch is all gone. So we're producing the second batch now in February. And we just sold 5 of them here on the show. One guy came up here, he said, I bought 14 guitars, but I need this one. So that's 14 guitars and 1 amp, because this amp does all the things you need.
That's all you need, okay.
And we even hooked up bass to it. So the clean channel has so much headroom, so you can even play bass with it. So that's pretty cool.
All right, well, that was ZUTA Amps. Thank you for showing us.
Thank you, guys.
So we're here at NAMM, and one of the things that I love is seeing just guitars that you never see. So yesterday we saw an aluminium guitar, which is quite cool, but I'm kind of thinking I've yet to see one of the guitars that I would put high on a tier list, and that just...
What brand are we here with?
So this is Minarik Guitars. I'm Jeff. I'm a sales guy. The Infernos are probably our flagship, most kind of known model. And yeah, they're super cool. The orange is probably my favorite because, you know, it fits the flame aesthetic super well. They're super cool looking, but they're also really functional. So one super cool thing and probably the most unique thing about Minarik Guitars in general, even on all their import lines, they have proprietary chambering technology, which is basically right here, here, and here. Obviously there's a chamber for the, you know, control cavity, but it actually helps the guitars resonate better. So, you know, I always compare them to like a really well-matched Gibson, and the flames kind of act like tuning forks in a way. So whenever you like strum, you know, an E major, you can feel the bottom of the guitar resonate. So even though it looks super cool, it's also very functional as well. But yeah, that's my favorite thing about the Minariks is that chambering technology. It's very unique and they resonate and sustain like better than almost any other guitar I've tried, which is super cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, totally.
Thanks for showing us. By special request, we're at the Chapman booth, and they've got a new model, so we're going to take a little look at that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so some of the stuff you saw last year, but now the Chris Robinson and the Pegasus and the Danish Beats are going to be hitting retailers from now all the way through the year. So these have been finished. Really happy. These are coming out of our new factory as well. Chris was playing yesterday, and as you can see, all the appointments are just quite spectacular. Really happy how that's come out. Sorry. The Pegasus we upgraded from last year. It's now got a 10-way switch in it. The guys wanted a studio tool, so one guitar that they didn't have to keep changing to get different sounds out of.
You just said a 10-way switch.
10-way switch, yeah. So it's actually the product is called a three-way, F-R-E-E. But when we say three-way, people tell us a three-way. But yeah, so it's got 10 positions, which all the information about what all they do and stuff we will be supplied. But that one does that. That's cool. I know that. The Danish Beat is also ready to rock and roll, and I'm very, very proud about how this one came out. This one's got our what we've called our retrograde finish, which is a mixture of gloss and a mixture of satin, and it kind of gives this worn effect.
And is this the import line or the UK?
This is import. This is all import. It's all import. So if you want to you can just hold that one for a second, and I'll hold this, just so you can see. It's something very new and something very different and something we've not seen other brands do. So Pete likes it and that's good enough for us. So that's good.
What's the body made of there?
Alder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Rosewood makes its comeback as well as part of the fretboard material for pretty much everything apart from segue into announcing, that's not a drum roll, the Guardian. So the Guardian is our first Chapman shape and we're really super proud of it. Dave Hoddingworth, our designer, is very creative and he was kind of set to task a little bit around, well, what does Chapman have to do going forward? And as a collaborative design company, we've always done T-types and S-types. Well, it's about time we did our own thing and put into practice all of the stuff we've learned from being musicians and designing guitars. And you've come up with this. I'll show you the prototype in a minute. This is a double humbucker, double cut. This has Seymour Duncan's in, three-way toggle, splits out, ebony fretboard on this one, but still with hip shot locking tuners.
I like the finish. It's like almost a matte sparkle.
It is a matte sparkle, yeah. So what we're doing, which is very fun, because despite the fact that it's not been collaborative designed externally, we went to Malta in the summer, late summer, and we flew out some artists as well, and we collaboratively designed it internally. So we, Dave routed out the channel here where we wanted to go there and what we thought was the best placement for the switching positions. So we all kind of this like movable nuts, and we were kind of moving it around, and we were whittling this away about how much access you would need, and we were moving where the jack goes well, because it's very important for us that it isn't just one person's view. So this is collaborative, and because it's not been collaborative design, what we're doing now is actually offering people the chance to vote on what finishes go into production. So if people go onto the poll, they can vote for whether it's a black or a pink or a purple, or it comes in this finish or a sparkle finish. So it's still collaboratively designed where we can, because we think that's really important now. We're building guitars that people are going to want to buy. So yeah, I think this has got the Duncan distortions in it as well.
Okay.
So, that's our brand new shape, the Guardian.
Right, well,
cool.
Thank you for showing us.
That's all right, man, no worries.
We're here at Sully Guitars, and we have found out some frankly disturbing news. Sully, is it true or is it not true that you took a flame maple top and painted it fully with gold so that you can't see the flame maple?
Yeah.
He's a monster.
Also, yeah.
So we're here with OD Guitars. We're at the boutique guitar booth at NAMM 2024, and you've got a showpiece.
I have a showcase. My name is Omer from OD Guitars, as you mentioned. And this year I decided to check the relations between using AI and today's technology. I wanted to convert like something that, let's go here. If you know AI, I use Midjourney, and I started playing it with it this year. And I wanted to check my guitars in relations with nature and geometry. So at first it was a little bit like messy, some stupid things like that. And then I started to really explore my designs on it, and it got really interesting. So as you can see, Midjourney loves to explore weird stuff. And that is where it got interesting, and I said, all right, Midjourney is nice, it's doing some beautiful pictures, but can I make it 2D image into a 3D real guitar, playable guitar? And that's where I started carving it from one piece of black limba, the base of it, and designed the guitar around this theme. So this is a fully functional guitar, it's not just an R piece, and it's chambered through all the body. It's made of walnut that has been sitting in my shop for over 12 years, air dried, and I use all sorts of elements. You can see the trussrod cover, which also has the moss in it. So I really went nuts with this this year. And as you come with me to my booth, I'll show you the other guitars. So basically OD Guitars, for those who don't know, we endorsed Ginger and Daniel Tompkins from Tesseract, Christopher from Cold Night for Alligators, and we mainly produce guitars for the metal community. So multi-scale guitars, 7-string, 8-string, 6 strings of course. This year we went nuts a little bit with all sorts of different inlays in the neck and in the fretboard. This is the RIA model, which is more toward the progressive music because of the headstock, which acts a little bit like acoustic headstock design, and it resonates differently. And if you try it later, you'll notice the sound probably. We have on our line 7 different models. This is the Venus. You won't see all the models here, but this is a representation of what we can do. This is a 7-string Venus. You touch it a little bit more, I have to charge you. Yeah, so that's what we do, and this is our 7th year in NAMM.
Great, and people can find you at OD Guitars?
OD Guitars, yeah, just Google it, you'll find me Instagram, YouTube. You can find me carving this thing over there on YouTube.
All right, so we're at the Strandberg booth at the Boutique Guitar Showcase, and as far as I know in the news, there's a new Strandberg model, so let's take a little closer look if we can. It's a single cut type of the Bowden. It's called the Salon, I believe, and it's seemingly a Bowden shape with the top horn filled in. And they've got 2 models. I believe this is a limited edition here. So this is a signature model, and this is a limited edition. This one's got the P90S pickups, and you know, I actually quite like it. I'm still more of a Bowden guy though. I prefer the original shape. But that's Strandberg for 2024. We're here at Novo Guitars, and we thought we'd take a look at some guitars, yeah?
Yeah, hey, thanks for coming by. I'm Devin, so I probably talked to most everyone, you know, all the customers here. But yeah, so we've got a lot of new refreshes on the models for 2024. We're calling this our new Nucleus line, which is pretty close to what we were doing before, just kind of a little bit of a rebranding. So we have all of these models available to order in anywhere from 5 to 8 different finishes, and then turn around on these from our website 3 months from start to finish. And we still have the full custom order menu with some expanded options that we'll have on the site.
Are these made in the USA in the Novo factory?
Yeah, everything's made here in Nashville. Our factory's out in Nashville, Tennessee. Everything start to finish is in-house.
Very cool. Well, final day at NAMM, and we are back again at the Soon booth. And yeah, as you can see, people are packing up. But soon, not soon enough, some might say. I would mention, because I haven't mentioned it in the last ones, I was expecting them to show up, they didn't. This is the 4th anniversary of the Quad Cortex being announced, promising plug-in integration, and, well, that's not happened yet, but apparently soon. It's supposedly said to be in the 2nd quarter of 2024, but who knows, maybe. Personally, I'd just say this. They're going to have the Pliny plug-in integrated with the Quad Cortex, but as far as I'd be concerned, until the plugins that were released at the time of the announcement of plug-in integration all work on the QC, the promise isn't fully made. That's just my take on it, but that's NAMM 2024 at the Soon booth, Neural DSP. Saw some requests in the comments for some pointy guitars, and we've found some. We're here with Gus from Guerilla Guitars. Could you show us some of your guitars?
Absolutely. Let's go right ahead and check out these new guitars right over here. Right here for 2024, we got our new SV6 model. It's gone through a couple of little changes from the previous models. First of all, here we got our nice new zero gloss finish. It's got our chakra blue color scheme on it. I do these all by hand. They're all built in my shop in St. Eustache by me. They're all neck through guitars. Got a nice little new bevel here. So what's changed from the previous model is we have 2 cool new bevels on this side, which make it nice and thin. And then it's really lightweight if you want to hold it, and you'll see yourself. This is our new body type here, KX. It's been out for a while now. I haven't made too many of them, but it's really a cool guitar, really comfortable. A lot of guys like it when they see it. It's got a custom painted back end to it.
Very metal guitar.
Absolutely. I don't hide what I do. I create super metal guitars. And last but not least, we have our turret model. This model right here. This is another cool model right here. This one comes with a Floyd. This is a cross between sort of like an Explorer and with our V. I want to have a cool, different body that we could play sitting down and also standing up. Aluminum backplates, custom etched over here with skulls. And this is brand new for 2024.
Well, thank you for showing us that. That's Guerilla Guitars. So, that's NAMM 2024. And it was kind of a strange vibe inside. You know, it was about 4 o'clock and NAMM closes at, I think, 5. But people had already started to and were actually tearing down the booths. The booths had become torn down at that point. They were empty. Bit of a strange one because the capacity, it felt like there were a lot of people there, but from some of the people that we talked to, it was public because they did open it up to the public this year. You could buy a badge. That's a relatively new thing. I think you could do it last year as well, but it's a relatively new thing, and while that's good, it's not the best as a trade show because while the footfall is heavy, the actual business deals that are happening are far and few between, which isn't all that great if you're paying tens of thousands to be there. So that's NAMM 2024. I've enjoyed myself, and I, again, like the intro, I want to extend my thank you to you for watching, because if you weren't watching, I wouldn't be doing this. This has always been kind of a thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to do the NAMM coverage that I was watching when I was a kid. So, thank you, and we'll see you next year. Bye-bye.